Hello everyone, today is good day and I hope all you are with a good healthy. So uh, let let's start with the new problems is called G dot lucky array. And this problem what consists and what is the content of this problem and how to solve it and what is the different step to get the solution or maybe the right solution. So given a number n and an array a of n, so what is this? So we first get the size of array we want to initialize or we get to build, and we from this size we get the different element you can input by user and determine the array is lucky or not. But we determine the array is lucky or not behind some conditions. So what are the conditions? First, the array is lucky when I can print or when I can display this array is lucky or not if the frequency of the number if the frequency of the minimum element is odd. Let's explain you in this first case. So as you can see, we define the number of elements we want to build. For example, here 5, and we include our different element after we get the minimum element from the array. So here, where is the minimum element? Here is 5, as you can see. After we get the minimum element, we check what is or how many the frequency of this minimum element between us, what how many time repeat this element. For example, here 5 it repeat just one. He don't repeat many time like 8 or 9. So it's 1. So the value of the frequency is 1 because it just have one value, the same value. So 1 is odd or even. So 1 is odd. So here what he say, when the element is odd, for example, the one is odd and the value it will be log. Otherwise, on the other case here, what is the minimum element on the array is 3, and the 3 is repeat 4 times, so the frequency it will be 4, and 4 it is even. So when the frequency it is even, we print unlucky. So here maybe include the condition. So the minimum element on the first case it will be 5, and the frequency it will be 1. So 1 it's odded, that will display the lucky array. Otherwise, on the second example, we have 3 and the minimum it will be 3, and he repeat 4 times, so 4 is even, so the array will print no, not lucky. So we just start to code this problem. I hope you understand this problem. So it is very easy. So first we want to initialize our size of array. So let's get define the size as integer, and we plan for the user to enter the size. Enter the size. After we get the size from the user, we want to initialize our array with the specific size defined or entered by the user. So we initialize our array with the size of defined by the user, and we must make the type of array it will be integer. After we want to enter each element by user on the array, so I will use for. Now I have all the elements. The next step, so this is the first step. I will so this is the first step. Get the element by the user, and uh, I will copy this, and let's move to the next step is to find the minimum element on this array. Find the minimum element from the array. So to find the minimum element, so we just use a simple method. So we propose, or we consider, or we maybe made the first element by default is the small element. So we define the type of minimum, and we just propose, or just uh, sorry, or just propose that the first element is temporarily is the minimum. After we want to check all the element and compare with this minimum or with this first element. So I don't waste the time. I just copy this for loop and change the context for this. So after we loop on all elements, so we check if any element from this array is smaller than minimum. So it is smaller than the first element. So I have the array and I check. So I suppose this the minimum. After I suppose I will compare each element from the second index with the first index. So I check this from this and this with this, and the 5 with 3, and the last 3 with the first 3. So if I find if I find the minimum on the other index, I will store on the minimum. So the minimum, it will be array of the unknown element. So maybe the last element, maybe after last, something like that. And here we don't to move to the other step. We just print what is the result of this program. So here it just returned the minimum element, and let's check. See out. So let's get the size. For example, I want to initialize 5 elements, and I will initialize our 5 element. So the first it will be 2, and maybe 8, 4, 1, and let's make 44. So here I suppose that I suppose that the program it will be print 1 because this is the minimum element in the array. And let's check. So here, as you can see, he print 1. So he find the minimum element. So let's move to the other step, or maybe the last step is to check the frequency of this minimum and increment this value, and check this result that increment this value if even or odd. So I will define my frequency variable, because this variable it will be increased by how many repeat the minimum element frequency. So I will initialize by 0, and here I will check if the element repeat or not. So I will also check, because I will check this element if it will be equal to other elements. Sorry, I don't copy. And now just change the context. We keep the conditions because we want to compare. So what I want to compare? I want to compare what the minimum element find by other element. So if the array of each element equal to the minimum. So what I can add here, I just increase our frequency. So if he find, for example, the minimum the same or equal to the second minimum, he will increase, and here the value it will be 1. After he moved to the second element, if he see that it's the same with the minimum, it will be increase the value for from 1, so it will be 2, and until he get the last element or he moved to the last element. And here we print just the frequency. So I can add some message. Sorry, I think we have some stuff didn't write to check if the element is odd or even. Because here, when we find the element, so the frequency, it will we check the frequency if odd or even. So let's make a small condition here and copy this frequency and check if even or odd. For me, I check if even and equal to 0. Sorry. So I can check if even to 0. So in my case, if the frequency is even, so I will print unlucky. See out unlucky. Else I will print lucky. Let's just copy this. So here, when I get all the frequency, I will check if even or odd. So I think this program is finished. So let's make a test. And let's get with the first case. We have 5 elements, 2, 8, and 2, 9, and 1, 5. So we have 5 elements, and let's make 9, 9. For example, the third element is, sorry, 8, 8, 9, 5, 9. And let's make, for example, 5 here and 8 and 8. So I don't print the frequency or the result, and here it will be the result is lucky. Why lucky? Because the 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 frequency the result or the value of the frequency is 1, because he repeats just once, so it will be print lucky because one is odd. So here, as you can see, he print lucky. So let's get to the the second example, the second case, and we have 3, 4, 3, and 1, 5. So the size, and we have 4, 3, and 1, 5, and other 3. So here it will print unlucky by check the frequency of the minimum element is 3, and he repeat 4 times, and 4 is even, so even it will be unlucky. So this is the result. I think I hope you understand this simple program and this simple problem. So it's very easy. It's just to get the frequency and know how each time is repeat after we defined or we make the lucky or unlucky suppose on the odd or even value.